So as you know, I've been very quiet lately on both here and on my Instagram, mainly because I had a few personal issues that I had to deal with which took priority over content creation. Now, there is always help for personal issues regardless what they are, and you can find these too. It could be as easy as just speaking to a friend or family member and discussing your issues to help resolve them slowly and in an effective way. I'll leave a link in the description to various services that you can utilise to help you come over your problems. But for now, let's get back and enjoy the brand new video of my trip to the Scottish Highlands and beyond. Good morning from my Airbnb in Inverness. Having just arrived with the Highland Chieftain the night before, today we're going to make our way up to the furthest northern extremity of the mainline UK rail network in the form of Thurso and Wick. I'll see you when we get on the train. Got a lot planned this week, so we'll see where today takes us.
Forston Ard, Jarvis Junction, Thurso, Jarvis Junction, and expected time of arrival into Wick at 11:31 hours. There are required stops.
So, whilst admiring the Scottish scenery, I thought I'd give you an insight onto where we're going and some interesting facts about the line. We're currently travelling on the Far North Line, which will take us to the furthest point accessible by UK mainline rail, Wick. Our train will then reverse at Georgemas Junction, where it will make its way down to Thurso and then return to Georgemas Junction to proceed up onwards to Wick. Now, funnily enough, would you believe it, this line doesn't have a single signal after Inverness. The line is controlled by a system called RETB, which allows trains to pass safely through stations without any conflict through a means of radio communication. This system's been in place for a number of years now and saves many engineering costs, instead by having a radio connection between trains and drivers across the whole length of the line. If you want to learn more about RETB, I'll leave a link in the description with some information, and if you're ever in the West Highland line area, I highly suggest a visit to Glenfinnan Station and the museum. There is an interactive experience showing you the history of RETB and how it's evolved through previous systems.
is a request stop. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Now, remember what I said about remote stations earlier? Well, I think this might be as remote as it gets on this line. You could prove me wrong, I'm not going to say no. Full disclaimer, I've forgotten the name of the station we just departed because it had been a long day for me and Luca both. We'd both been travelling very late the day before to get up to Inverness, and we decided it would be a really good idea to get the first Wick-bound train of the morning from Inverness, so we'd fallen asleep. However, full credit to the conductor on the train, who very kindly woke us up peacefully and asked if we were going to any of the request stops, just to make sure we were able to alight. So hats off to you, ScotRail. You do have a superb team of conductors. But for now, we're nearly at the 3/4 point, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I seem to be doing a lot of these voiceover things, and I'm probably going to do them a bit more because I seem to quite enjoy them. Here we are arriving at Thurso, which is the penultimate calling point before we make our way up to Wick. Now, we do have to call at Georgemas Junction again to turn round. However, some people were telling me Thurso is more north than Wick. I beg to differ. I believe Wick's a bit further north, but let me know in the comments what your choice on that is. I'm pretty set on Wick. However, we're nearly there, so it's onwards and upwards to the final calling point and arrival in Wick, where we can then say we've been to the furthest northern point by UK mainline rail. So, precisely after 4.5 hours on a train, we have made it to the most northern extremity of the UK rail network, Wick.
We have to socially distance because it's still a legal requirement in Scotland, the same as wearing a mask, unfortunately.
That too. So yeah, we've just made it here after the long old journey from Inverness. We got on the train at Inverness at 7 this morning. It's now 11:30, and we're going to explore the area a bit, just have a look round. Before that, and a pint, that's a good idea.
But we didn't manage to get a brundle.
No. So yeah, we're going to make our way into the town centre and then get on a bus round to Thurso. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit. We have made it to the most northern extremity, or one of the most northern extremities of the UK mainline rail network, Thurso, or Thurso. About to wait for the train back to Inverness after a lovely day in the Highlands over in Wick. After that, we got a coach over to Thurso just to sort of split up the day a bit. Now we've got a bit more time in Wick, and it was a really, really enjoyable day. So we're going to head back towards Inverness now after a highly enjoyable day in the Scottish Highlands, and we're currently awaiting the 1632 service to Inverness, which will be formed of a class 158 DMU. So I'll see you when that arrives. morning, it's day 2, and we are currently once again in the Airbnb in Inverness. This Airbnb is quite well situated, in fact, in the sense that it is literally about a 200-yard walk from Inverness station and about a 2-minute walk from Inverness bus station, which is even better. Today we're making our way over to the West Highlands via use of a coach link included on the Highland Rover ticket between Inverness and Fort William, where we're then going to make our way over to Malay. I'll see you once we're on the coach. So rather conveniently from Inverness, the Scottish CityLink 919 service takes you all the way to Fort William, and this is included on the Highland Rover ticket, which is very, very useful. Now, I'm not one to go on about bus journeys too much. I do enjoy them. However, I would go as far as saying this is by far the most scenic journey I've ever made on a coach or bus in my lifetime. I mean, I'm going to let the scenery talk for itself like I normally do, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, CityLink is a brand across Scotland where multiple operators run various coach links from cities and to towns across Scotland. This particular one's operated by Stagecoach, and I'll leave a link in the description to the entire Scottish CityLink network, where you can discover where you can find via Scottish CityLink. And in all honesty, I'd highly recommend doing the journey between Inverness and Fort William, as you really will not regret it. It is absolutely stunning, and as I said previously, I'd go as far as saying it's the best journey I've done by bus in my entire lifetime. But we'll let the scenery do the talking, and now it's onwards to Fort William. So at this point we'd made it to Fort William, and to our left here you can see the Jacobite charter train. Now you can travel on this train at an additional cost. It's hauled by a lovely steam loco, as you can see in just a moment, and that will take you on a day trip all the way through to Mallaig. Now tickets are available on the day for that, but I would highly recommend you book in advance to avoid disappointment, as it does get very, very busy. Now, we opted not to go all the way through to Mallaig on this train, as there was an interesting thing which we did. We decided to alight at Glenfinnan, and I can assure you, you'll probably agree with us in alighting at Glenfinnan after you see what breathtaking views and excursions we got up to while we were at Glenfinnan. Also, just a side note as well, previously similarly to the line up to Wick, the entirety of the West Highland line, minus a couple of signalling sections on the route, is controlled by RETB, similar to the line up to Wick. But for now, I'll sit back and let you enjoy the glorious scenery of what is dubbed as one of the world's most scenic rail journeys. So you're probably asking yourselves, oh Nat, what's so special about Glenfinnan? It sounds like another station in the Scottish Highlands in the middle of nowhere. Now, technically it is that, however it has got some relevance with a lot of tourists, and you'll discover why once I put a piece of audio over the clip when we pass over this select part of the network. Now, full credit to the incredible conductor on this train who told us when we were approaching this landmark as such, and he played a soundtrack which you'll hear in a moment over the PA. And in full credit, ScotRail have an incredible team of conductors working up here in the Highlands, and I'm sure they do across their entire network, and they really do go above and beyond to make sure your journey is as special as it can possibly be. But for now, sit back, relax, and find out the secret of Glenfinnan and why it is adored by so many.
We actually have to cross the railway going back over.
Update, so we have made it to Glenfinnan, and a bit of treacherous terrain, and just look at this. We visited the Glenfinnan Museum at the station, and they have a really good sort of preserved signal box, like a really interactive sort of display thing which they'll tell you about and give you the history of the like token blocks, the signalling and stuff like that, and it's really cool. They also got a really good museum which I highly recommend you visit. But for now, we're going to hike our way up to the viewpoint, and I'll show you when we get there. So we have made it to the viaduct viewpoint, probably the most scenic, oh he's back again, probably one of the most scenic locations I've ever come across along my travels. I mean, just look at it. We're going to wait here for the Jacobite to come across, because why wouldn't you do that? I mean, you will probably know this as the Harry Potter viaduct, like I'll put a clip in here.
Now all we need to do is catch up with the train.
We can't be far behind.
Do you hear that?
We must be getting close.
Hold on.
But why would you wait anywhere else to see a steam train go across? Let's be entirely honest. So we're going to make our way back to Glenfinnan and then on our way towards, well, I guess Fort William again. I'll see you when we get down the hill. So after a long walk round the Glenfinnan Viaduct and a quick stop en route for a pint, made it back to Glenfinnan Station. And once again, I should really quite heavily advocate this. If you are into railways or enjoy railway related things, there is a brilliant museum here, which all you need to do is donate to get in, as well as a signal box simulation sort of thing where you actually change signals and it shows on screens and things like that, and it's really cool. But for now, we're at Glenfinnan with a just incredible picturesque backdrop, waiting for the 1654 service back to Fort William, where we'll then get on the coach back to Inverness. Hello. Good morning from my Airbnb in Inverness. Today's the last time you'll see me here as I have work tomorrow, which means unfortunately we have to head back south today. I know. Now yesterday was interesting because the coach we got from Fort William broke down, which isn't ideal, but you know, things like this happen. In a few moments time we're going to be making our way to the bus station to see Luca off. And then we'll be getting the southbound Highland Chieftain back to London, which is a shame as I really have just fallen in love with Scotland over the last 3 days. But more about the Highland Chieftain in the next bit of the video. So right now we're on St Pancras low level, waiting a train to East Croydon for a connecting train home. Just want to say thank you very much for joining me on this, well, Scottish Highland adventure. If you don't follow my Instagram already, definitely should consider it. I post live updates on my travel. It's the TheTravellingTrainDispatcher on Instagram. Link will be down below and a little thing will pop up on the screen somewhere here. So once again, thank you very much for joining me on this Scottish Highland adventure, and hopefully I will see you in the next video soon. Take care. Hey mate, you alright? Yeah mate, I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
So when are you uploading that Newcastle?
Oh, that Newcastle trip.
Oh, you mean the one I did before this video was released?
You did say
yeah?
it'd be in one part, didn't you?
Well,
Oh well,
that's
good
good.
to hear. You know, a few technical difficulties with the editing software.
You're doing it in
and
3 parts now.
Yeah, it's going to be uploaded in
But
one
that's
part.
but surely that's more ad revenue for yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it was
thank God for
going
that.
to be uploaded in one part, but it's
All
going
right.
to be 3
I'm
separate
off.
videos.
See you later.
More for you.
Absolute cheek of that guy just walking off like that. Yes, the Newcastle video is coming. Yes, it's going to be in 3 parts. Now I know for some of you this is an inconvenience, considering this video is going up as one whole like 45-minute plus video. But unfortunately, technology once again with my track record has let me down, and because of size and documents and stuff I have on the computer, I've tried deleting stuff and freeing up space, but it just simply won't have it. So the Newcastle video will be split into 3 parts. Day 1 will be the Cecil and Carlisle line. Day 2 will be
the X11 Seasider down to Whitby and Scarborough, and day 3 will be generally exploring the metro, doing the Tomb tour, and basically just heading back south. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. I hope you liked that little split screen sort of comedy thing. I really actually did enjoy making that. It was quite interesting, but there's a bit of perfecting it needs. But you know, I'm not perfect. I've always said this, I don't follow a script. I just have an idea in my mind and I go ahead with it. But in all seriousness, thank you very, very much for watching this video, and thank you very, very much for bearing with me with this sort of content blackout. I've had so many things go on lately that some are more positive than others, and you know, I just needed to get you guys uploading because you guys support me, and it is very, very, very much appreciated because you fuel my passion for broadcasting my travels across the UK and beyond, and it just really, really is something I've wanted to expand on. And here I am now, a little tiny YouTuber who's just addressing people and saying thank you very, very much for watching this video. Thank you very, very much for making it to the end of this video. I'll see you in the Newcastle video in probably a few weeks' time. Thank you very much.